and realized that he had been dealing with a 12-year-old girl. Didn't go down right. Then there's my mom. My mom is not here today because she's in the town I was born in, Odense, back in Denmark, the fairy tale city where Hans Christian Andersen wrote a lot of his fairy tales. And my mom knew that I would get into trouble. And so one of the pieces of advice that I always got from her was, don't get yourself into any trouble you can't get yourself out of. And that advice has really helped me quite a bit. Then there's my siblings. My siblings taught me early on how to deal with conflict and how to make myself heard under duress. And so this is also a skill I'm using quite a bit. And then my nephews, my niece, who all the time remind me about the next generation who are global explorers and look at things differently, and make me very curious about how I can avoid being a dinosaur. So, as some of you know, I started my career running businesses at the ripe age of 4. My husband and I had a joint venture, and he was a little bit older than me, so had quite a bit of business experience at the age of 6. And so we decided that we were going to start this business, and we were going to go over to the forest, dig out primroses, and then take them around and sell them to everybody on the street. Now, this was a really great business. You look at it, there was very low overhead. We had a wheelbarrow, we had everything, it was all taken care of. We had no cost of goods, right? High profit margin, and the clients were right there, right? And we made ourselves look cute and rang the doorbell, so we had nice revenues and stuff, until regulatory forces came along. And that was my dad, who decided that his kids were not going around door to door begging to get money, and so he put the kibosh on that, and since then I hate regulations. So after that early business experience, I decided that I had to choose a different career, so I went for some years where my biggest goal was being a race car driver, and that caused my parents big trouble because their friends would come over and start discussion, what does a little girl want to be, and the race car driver didn't go down there. So we tried to avoid that topic, but then I again veered toward the business and also towards politics, and that made me meet some really great leaders. I learned a lot from the political leaders I had the opportunity to work with. One later became a commissioner in the European Union, and he taught me something that I think about every day, which is every time you touch a piece of paper, just deal with it, don't put it down, don't put it on your desk. As Julia, my assistant who's here, can testify, I know the advice, I don't follow it. And on a more serious note, as my business life started after I graduated, I also met some really great business leaders. And one of them taught me a lot about going against the stream, and I think that's a little bit in my nature, is going against the stream. And just every time I have a problem, I go, so what about we do the opposite? And that has really, he taught me a lot in that respect, and I think it's very important that we are all mentors and supporters of people coming, whether it's in our own companies or out in the community. So then in '94, Jacob, my husband, and I immigrated, and in '94 I came to Silicon Valley, and I just love it here. And first of all, my friends are here, you are here, but I love the energy, I love the entrepreneurship, I love everything going on in this valley. There's just so much fun and excitement around business and innovation and creativity that I just absolutely love being here. So in '97, I started Elum, and many of you rallied around me to support me. There's one person in particular I want to mention, and that is Lisa. Lisa was there tomorrow. She's been with Elum for 15 years. Thank you, Lisa, for always being there. I'm surviving all I put you through. A lot of other people rallied around me. So the vision I had was building a supply chain organization that could help Silicon Valley companies, mainly technology companies, really get their product produced and distributed. And I went back and read, as Elum had its 15-year anniversary recently, I went back and read some of the business plans I wrote, and that was kind of fun. Anyway, one of the visions I had put out was, we want to deliver a package any place in the world within 1 day. Right? And that was kind of a very interesting thing, because nobody thought this was realistic. And I remember among the 24 banks we did presentations to, all thought it was very funny. was unintended. So it's very interesting that now we are actually more or less able to do that. I know that we've been struggling a little bit with hitting it in Senegal and Ghana is at it, but otherwise we're doing pretty good with it, right? So now we have expanded quite a bit, so we're not just Silicon Valley companies. Within a couple of years, we went into other sectors. We expanded our product service offering quite a bit. The first year we were in business, I want to say 55% of our revenue came from floppy disk duplication. So it's pretty good. We diversified just a little bit, because I don't think that would have created a lot of revenue at this point of time. And so we expanded globally. We expanded our service offering. We expanded the industries to include medical, automotive, government, utilities, and right now we are just on a phenomenal growth path. So over the last 12 months, we have grown, I think, more than at any point of time in the company's history, and we're just really excited about the path we are on. So there's a lot of Elum employees here to you and saying thank you for standing there with me and daily battle. And what I always say to customers is, if there are any problems or anything they want, just call my staff members. So one of the things that I think business is tremendously fun and interesting, but one of the things that has captured a lot of my soul and interest is giving back to the community. And so a couple of years ago, I was invited, actually one of the Capital Club members invited me to an event with Women's Initiative, and I became quite involved in Women's Initiative, helping women that are in very dire social circumstances work their way out of poverty by starting their own companies. And so we help women essentially start their own companies and become entrepreneurs. And this is a tremendous effort with fantastic results. Women essentially increase their household income by 50% within the first year of going through our programs. And last year, just here in Silicon Valley, we started 400 new companies. Audience, I also see a lot of my fellow NAVGO members who have been there to support me, Carla and a number of others, Stephanie and a number of others. and also, of course, Watermark that helps women throughout the Bay Area really increase their potential and grow in their career. Very important work. And then, of course, Vistage, my friends from Vistage who are there sharing secrets. I always say, when people say, what are you doing? I say, oh, we go and we complain about our employees. Don't believe it. We actually go and solve real problems. So, so there's a lot of people here who have supported me over the years, and I always say it takes a valley to build a company. So about 12 years ago, I think it is, I joined the Capital Club, and truth be told, I did it because of the food. But I've evolved since, because now I really like the wine also. Okay, and then there's a great service, and of course there's a lot of really fun, interesting, capable people who are members of the club, and I enjoy a lot being here. I am very, very honored to have been selected to be this year's Wall of Fame recipient. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to each of you who took the time to come here tonight and to talk about me. I'm very, very touched by the words you said. I did bring waterproof mascara. But first and foremost, I want to say thank you to all of you who have been there for me when things were tough, when we were busy, when I was just on the run, and you had my back. And knowing that somebody has your back is a really important thing in life. And so thank you to you, my friends, for being there for me and having my back. And thank you so much.
And a 1-year-old with 6-month-old granddaughter. Can I just send them all to you? And you will make a difference. So now we'd like to present a couple of things. Hannah, we just are so proud that you are the 20th Wall of Famer to go up. And we're going to present a plaque, which doesn't get to go home with you, which will go on the wall. But it has a beautiful picture and a saying. And Hannah, you're so well.
What do you want me to do? Yay! That's awesome.
We also have this vase that you could keep at home that is engraved, that shows that you went on the Wall of Fame in 2012. The flowers will live a short time. The vase will be with you forever. We need the photographer again. Let's do this. She's got it.
She knows the photography shows.
Wow.
Enjoy the evening, and thank you, Lisa, Marilyn, and Grant, who did a fantastic job. Thank you, Julie, because you were great to work with.
Please enjoy the rest of the evening. We're going to be tray passing wine and water again. And Could we get all the past Wall of Fame recipients up here, including the newest recipient, up for some photographs?